Most people move through life completely blind to the silent conversations happening right in front of them. We pride ourselves on our intellect, yet we routinely fail to read the most fundamental language on earth, the subtle, unspoken invitations for human connection. Ancient Stoics understood that the quality of our lives depends entirely on our ability to perceive reality clearly, without the distorting lens of our own anxieties. There is one specific, incredibly subtle physical gesture, one that modern psychologists have studied extensively, that almost everyone misinterprets as mere nervousness, yet it is actually the ultimate sign of deep, vulnerable interest. Today, we will explore exactly why this gesture holds so much weight, and how a classic Stoic concept can help you recognize it before the opportunity slips away forever. Consider the moments you spend interacting with the people around you. You are talking, perhaps exchanging casual pleasantries, when suddenly something in the room shifts. The air feels slightly different. The person across from you moves a fraction of an inch closer. Their gaze lingers on you just a moment too long. Perhaps their hand moves gently to touch their chin, or they laugh at a comment of yours that was barely a joke at all. In those fleeting seconds, a doorway has opened. Yet, for most of us, we remain locked inside our own heads, analyzing our own performance, worrying about what to say next, or simply distracted by the digital noise in our pockets. We miss the invitation entirely. Epictetus, the great Stoic teacher who rose from slavery to instruct the elite of Rome, offered a truth that cuts directly to the heart of this issue. He argued that it is not external events that upset us, but our judgment about those events. When applied to our social lives, this means that our inability to connect with others rarely stems from a lack of opportunity. Instead, it comes from our internal clutter, our fears of rejection, our self-consciousness, and our lack of true, grounded presence. When someone sends you a subtle signal of warmth or interest, your response, or lack thereof, dictates the future of that relationship. If you are too distracted to notice, the door quietly closes, and the other person, feeling unseen, quietly moves on. Let us look first at one of the most primal, subconscious indicators of human interest, the gentle, slow touching or biting of the lips. When we look at someone we are drawn to, our autonomic nervous system experiences a subtle shift. Blood flow increases to the face and lips, making them highly sensitive. Subconsciously, when a person touches their own lips while looking at you, they are drawing focus to one of the most expressive and intimate parts of the human body. It is a silent admission of vulnerability, a physical manifestation of a thought they cannot yet put into words. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When someone's thoughts are colored by a genuine desire to connect with you, their physical form cannot help but reflect that inner landscape. If you observe this happen, the worst thing you can do is react with sudden intensity or point it out. True social intelligence, what the Stoics would call wisdom in action, requires you to remain entirely grounded. Do not stare. Simply meet their eyes, offer a slow, reassuring smile, and allow yourself to be present in the tension. By staying calm and matching that quiet vulnerability, you signal that you are a safe, confident harbor. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation, looking at someone, yet your mind was miles away, planning your next sentence instead of actually listening? This brings us to a second profound signal, the discipline of sustained, warm eye contact accompanied by a genuine smile. In modern society, eye contact has become a rare commodity. We look at our screens, we glance at the floor, we scan the room. When someone bucking this trend looks directly into your eyes and holds that gaze for a beat longer than social convention demands, It is a deliberate act of presence. It is what psychologists call a Duchenne smile, a genuine expression of warmth that crinkles the corners of the eyes, signaling comfort and safety. Seneca, in his letters on the shortness of life, remarked that true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. When someone anchors their eyes to yours, they are practicing this exact Stoic principle. They are choosing you, in that precise moment, over every other distraction in the room. They are giving you their undivided attention. If you look away too quickly out of nervousness, you communicate that you are uncomfortable with their presence. But if you hold that gaze, returning the warmth with a steady, unhurried focus of your own, you establish a deep, silent understanding. You demonstrate that you are not intimidated by vulnerability. Consider another frequently overlooked behavior, when a person repeatedly plays with or adjusts their hair. This gesture is deeply rooted in evolutionary biology. It is a classic preening behavior, a subconscious effort to appear presentable and attractive to someone we respect. When someone does this in your presence, it often indicates a delicate mixture of excitement and self-consciousness. They care about how they are perceived by you. They are stepping out of their comfort zone, feeling the natural tremors of vulnerability. Epictetus reminded us that no great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. The development of trust and attraction is a gradual process, built upon a foundation of small, seemingly insignificant moments. Each time someone adjusts their hair or touches their neck in your presence, they are adding a tiny brick to the structure of your connection. If you fail to notice these subtle signs of vulnerability, the other person may feel their efforts are unreciprocated and retreat into their shell. Recognizing this nervousness is not an invitation to exploit it, but an opportunity to put them at ease. By offering a calm, grounded presence, you allow them to feel secure in their vulnerability. Think about the last time you felt truly nervous around someone you respected. What did your hands do? Where did your attention go? This leads us to a more complex signal, the subtle adjustment of clothing to present oneself in a more open, inviting manner. A person might adjust the collar of their shirt, smooth out their sleeves, or adopt a more open posture that reduces the physical barriers between you. From a psychological standpoint, this is an attempt to remove obstacles. They are clearing the space between your world and theirs. Marcus Aurelius frequently emphasized that we have power over our minds, not outside events, and that realizing this is the source of true strength. When you observe someone making these subtle physical adjustments, your strength lies in your ability to remain completely poised. You do not need to rush forward or react with eager desperation. Instead, acknowledge the shift. Let your body language match theirs. If they adopt an open, receptive posture, mirror that openness. This silent, behavioral mirroring builds a deep psychological sense of safety and mutual understanding, proving that you are in perfect sync without a single word being spoken. Another profound indicator is the slow crossing and uncrossing of the legs, or the angling of the body toward you. Behavioral scientists have long noted that our feet and legs point toward the object of our primary attention. If someone's torso and legs are oriented directly toward you, even in a crowded, noisy room, it is a clear statement of where their interest lies. They are filtering out the rest of the world to focus on you. Seneca wrote that it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. How many potential friendships, partnerships, and deep human connections have we wasted simply because we were too preoccupied with our own internal dialogue to notice the physical orientation of the people around us? When you observe someone consistently directing their physical presence toward you, Do not take it for granted. Appreciate it. Let your own physical presence show that you are fully engaged in the exchange. If you have stayed with me this far, you are starting to see that reading human behavior isn't about manipulation or clever tactics. It is about a much deeper, far more ancient art, the art of absolute presence. But what we are about to discuss next is the single most misunderstood signal in human dynamics. One that even experienced social observers routinely get wrong because they look at the action itself rather than the underlying psychology. This misunderstood signal is the act of self-touching, specifically when a person gently runs their fingers along their own neck, collarbone, or wrist while speaking with you. Many people mistake this for simple anxiety or discomfort. In reality, modern psychology reveals that this is a form of pacifying behavior. When we feel a strong emotional charge, our heart rate increases, and we subconsciously seek to soothe ourselves by touching highly sensitive nerve endings on our neck or arms. When someone does this while looking at you, it means your presence is evoking a genuine, physiological response in them. They are feeling the weight of the moment. Epictetus taught that we must not allow ourselves to be carried away by the intensity of our impressions. When you see someone experiencing this subtle nervous tension, do not misinterpret it as a desire to leave. Understand it for what it is, a sign of deep engagement. Your role in this moment is to be the steady anchor. Speak with a slightly slower cadence. Let your voice be calm and reassuring. By projecting an aura of undisturbed tranquility, you help them regulate their own nervous system, making them feel incredibly comfortable and safe in your presence. As the connection deepens, you will often notice a physical closing of the gap between you. The person may move their chair closer, lean across the table, or find excuses to step into your personal space. In our modern world, we protect our personal space fiercely. When we allow someone inside that invisible boundary, it is a major psychological step. No great thing is created suddenly, and this gradual reduction of distance is no exception. It is a slow, mutual dance of trust. If someone leans in, and your immediate reaction is to tense up or take a step back, you send a silent signal of rejection. The Stoic path is one of self-possession. When someone approaches, remain still. Allow them to enter your space without showing panic or discomfort. By maintaining your physical composure, you demonstrate that you welcome their closeness, creating a shared space where a genuine, undistracted conversation can occur. Ask yourself honestly, when someone steps into your personal space, do you feel an instinct to shrink back, or do you have the inner stability to remain comfortably grounded? This brings us to the auditory dimension of connection, the softening of the voice. When we speak to a large group or someone we feel distant from, our pitch is often higher and our volume louder. But when we feel a unique closeness to someone, our voice naturally drops in volume and becomes warmer, richer, and more intimate. They might lower their voice so that only you can hear, turning a casual conversation into a private sanctuary. Seneca wrote that true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future. When someone whispers or speaks to you in a soft, low register, they're trying to shut out the rest of the world. They are creating a temporary refuge where only the two of you exist. To honor this gesture, you must practice the Stoic art of deep listening. Do not look around the room. Do not check your phone. Lean in slightly, lower your own voice to match their register, and let them know that, for now, nothing else in the world matters more than the words they are sharing with you. Another beautiful and highly reliable signal of alignment is laughter, specifically when someone laughs at your jokes, even the ones that are not particularly clever or humorous. Laughter is not merely a reaction to comedy. It is an ancient bonding mechanism. When we laugh with someone, our brains release endorphins, lowering our psychological defenses and fostering a deep sense of kinship. When someone laughs easily and frequently in your presence, they are telling you that they enjoy the way they feel when they are around you. They are choosing joy over cynicism. Epictetus observed that we have a choice in how we interpret and react to the actions of others. When someone offers you their laughter, receive it with grace. Do not analyze whether your joke was actually funny. Do not let your ego get in the way. Simply share in the warmth of the moment. Laughter is a bridge. Cross it with a light heart and a willing spirit. Finally, we arrive at the most direct yet subtle signal of all: casual, fleeting physical contact. A light brush of the shoulder, a lingering touch on your forearm, or a gentle pat on the hand to emphasize a point. These are not accidental occurrences. In our highly touch-deprived world, physical contact is a profound threshold. It is the ultimate bridge between two separate minds. Marcus Aurelius spoke often of the interconnectedness of all things, suggesting that we are made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like the rows of the upper and lower teeth. When someone initiates a gentle touch, they are acknowledging this fundamental human need for connection. Your response to this touch should be characterized by the Stoic virtue of temperance. Do not react with sudden, overwhelming intensity. Instead, accept the touch naturally. If the context is appropriate, return the gesture with a light, respectful touch of your own. Let them know that their warmth has been received and reciprocated. These 10 signals are not tools for manipulation, nor are they tricks to be played on others. They are the beautiful, silent language of human connection, a language that can only be read by those who have cultivated the Stoic discipline of absolute presence. When you quiet your mind, conquer your social anxieties, and truly look at the person in front of you, you will begin to see these silent invitations everywhere. Do not let these moments pass you by. When you see a genuine signal of connection, meet it with your own grounded presence, your own warmth, and your own unwavering self-respect. That is how you build relationships that are deep, meaningful, and enduring. If you found value in these insights, take a moment to subscribe to Stoic Mind, leave a like on this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Which of these subtle signals have you noticed in your own life, and how did you respond? I read your comments and look forward to continuing this philosophical journey with you. Until next time, stay present, stay aware, and live with absolute clarity.